Anger Limited in England deliberately has blocked all repairs. And I found some more emails and evidence. So I ended up at hospital end of last year, and the gaslighting, targeting me, connection integrated together. In England, it's national companies, public funded. I've developed a strange infection since the 2nd of February 2026. Didn't realise all my certain email is all blocked, and my mate is trying to sort it out for me. And presumptions being made up in private life. I fired an old email in 2011. The bathroom wasn't even in such a state then. 2011 up to 2014, where I had a bit like friends take over my personal care because of the physical harm I sustained in my own home by the public funded care companies. They weren't bust and ended up in care homes and horrendous treatment. If it wasn't for that public lawyer at the time, I don't know what would have happened, and lots of things went on in that period of time. Moving forward, I wonder why I was constantly targeted and implied I wasn't given access to these housing companies. Home Group Limited that I pay towards, obviously the rent has gone up to 610 a week, a month. And also I'm trying to get medical services for what I've got again. My mate found an old email from the GMC Medical Council member, Dr. Discord X, implied that my medications I've been on for years for certain physical complex disabilities I have was stopped when I was in hospital without reasonable consultation. So his email going back beginning of February, which I began getting ill then, so I wasn't able to respond, and checked, and there's no email since. But private reports I have done for attempted murder in my life, effects of that, post-traumatic distress, since 2002, all these years on. I finding out when the vaccine stopped and my sleeping tablets to help me sleep to block out the flashbacks being stopped. And he implied that, we could refer you back to the mental health team. Well, that's is known. Anyone can research evidence. It's NHS Foundation Trust. Whatever town and city you're in, it's called that. And they provide different type of services, and you can check that out. Bill companies, pub funded. So, targeting people, like myself, with these medical disabilities. So to try and get my data changed, it's like the articles I haven't checked because I've been too ill to do anything. And then I found I had responded to counterclaim offers to access my private dwelling during the whole of December, and I've just been, as I said, recovering for a week and I've been out for this electrical job or something, and the housing company was using AI software and automated texts for 8 a.m. appointments. So you're probably aware, ever since I moved in, I need afternoon appointments for reasonable adjustments to disability. Well, unfortunately, it's sitting there notice of all the emails legit landladies. Instead, the men were turning up leaving cards. And then they were just reporting back I wasn't given access, which it wasn't correct. I counterclaimed. So that's. And now they want to push me out my home again. Because the bathroom's got worse in it. And they haven't done the repairs on the main door. When I got rolled outside 2022, the tap's 2021. So it's like constant. I can't even see the chat on this live stream. I was looking really for a photograph of a code. Of a key safe. Because cold calling of an individual, the housing company agent claimed. Showed me pictures. I was set up. They used this guy for Wayne. Wayne was implied to come and help me when I was in hospital last October. I got it all in the diary, all this evidence. And I thought he was a friend. And he's on TikTok, which is Free Range Wayne. He's more concerned about his followers. When he came implied to help me, he was basically brought wheelchair up to me. Appreciate that. But yeah, why did it come out on a certain date? Say when recently. I began to learn the picture. Second, 2026. Yeah, and at the moment I've got chronic pain and inflammation. So it could be the effect of the lungs. Going to the other areas, including legs and feet. Extreme tiredness. And it's pain in my feet. Happening all that at the moment. I began to learn that can't get warm. Bit weird, isn't it? I began to learn that second, 2026 February. Now it's on my feet and the pain is excruciating. Causes of pain. It's not being affected in what way? And fatigue. Sleeping a lot. I began. Anyway, powering the shocking to find all this out. Right, Thursday evidence of this guy. I can't edit that out. Right, Thursday evidence of this guy. Right, Thursday evidence of this guy. Looking for us to make Mick. He was camping out in the communal area, in the washing area. It's a silvery structure, that's all sorts. Here we go. So guy come up towards me. I stopped. Camera's pointing down there.
That's fine. We're not going anymore.
Yeah, be careful. Where you going? Where you going? You can't lodge there, mate. Oh, you get any help? Yeah.
McDonald's. Well,
You guys can't be there, do you know what I mean? Get any help?
I'm probably going to leave this out of class, to be honest with you. Slow right down. Okay.
Hungry Limited, why are you not getting any help homelessness? Sure. What about your mate's castle? You're not, yeah. Look. Wait, hold on. Warn you about the rat.
Yeah, no, think about it.
You see them?
And they said about me, what did they go to that guy?
So the houses got cameras pointing down there.
That's fine. We're not going anymore.
Yeah, be careful. Are you seeing the rats, is it? They weren't angry, then just clearing it out in the rural areas. Outside. That is what I've got evidence of. Tell me date is that. Right, Thursday evidence of this guy. Looking for us to make Mick. Who's camping out in the communal area. In the washing area. And it's filthy, structure, that's all sorts. Take my flag out. So guy come up towards me. I stopped. Camera's pointing down there.
That's fine. We're not going anymore.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah. Set up. Where you going? You can't lodge there, mate. Oh, you get any help? Yeah. You guys can't be there, do you know what I mean? Get any help?
I'm probably going to leave this out of class, to be honest with you.
Area.
Slow right down
Set up the
there. Okay.
What's still going on? Hello.
Hungry Limited, why are you not getting help homelessness? Sure. What about your mate's castle? You're not, yeah. Look. Wait, hold on. Warn you about the rat.
Yeah, no, think about it.
You see them getting into my flat and all. Yeah. So the housing's got cameras pointing down there.
That's fine. We're not going anymore.
Yeah, be careful. Are you seeing the rats, is it? They weren't angry, then just clearing it out in the rural areas. Outside. That is what I've got evidence of. Tell me the date is that. access to evidence of this guy looking for us to make Mick, who's camping out in the communal area in the washing area. And it's a selfie structure and that's all sorts. Here we go. Just cheap here. It's all changed a lot. Hello, George. We're just catching up with the unlawful targeting. So here we go with you can't access doctors online medical. It's like a form to access anything that you might need with the symptoms I've got. I've had this since February. So I ended up out hospital end of last year and now the lungs and the body affected. And now it's affecting the rest of the body. And then on top of this, my mate's been trying to sort out my emails because it's all blocked or something. And all I can do at the moment is sleep and eat because of the pain I'm in. It's affecting my voice and my lungs and stuff. And it's like, where do you go with the symptoms one's got? It's like, it says on a medical practice in England's website, my symptoms means I need to call the ambulance or online system. It's just ridiculous. I can't find it.
I've just been informed this morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, 15th of April, Monday, that Keir Starmer has been referred to the International Court of Justice for War Crimes by the Jaeger terrorists. Yeah, could be a good day. I've just been informed this morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, 15th of April, Monday, that Keir Starmer has been referred to the International Court of Justice for War Crimes. Yeah, could be a good day. I've just been informed this morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, 15th of April, Monday, that Keir Starmer has been referred to the International Court of Justice for War Crimes by the Jaeger terrorists. Yeah, could be a good day. just been informed this morning, 10 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck's sake. What's it? Full screen. That's not full screen, is it? Oh, nightmare. Now it is.
Little Horizons, good evening. Hope me. Hello. You got to, yeah, do you know what? Thank you, Hope me. Yeah, do you know what? I'm all right. I'm okay, thank you. I had a nice day today. It's been nice. Thank you, love. Thank you. I'll come back when I see you live. Hey, Misty. Are you okay, Misty? This is actually my last one toasting after this. Oh, hey, Stingby. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. You too. Last month hosting. I wish you'd make your fucking mind up. One minute you're hosting, next minute you're gone. Then you're back, you're hosting. Oh, God. Thank you, Stingby. Well, I thought you had, and then it was unsensed that I went on to look.
Okay, so just adjusting this. When you know what's going on, when they're trying to set you up with all this BS. Put some music on. Can't find what I'm looking for. Try. Out the home. Out there on the community area. But set out the home. This is good, but set up saying there's homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See? Always been last down here. This is what I've got to try and catch. Something like that. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Crying over. And so they can't get in. Out there on the community area. But set out the home. This is good, but set up saying there's homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. Always been last down here. This is what I've got to try and catch. Something like that. Yeah, really. Okay, now I'm going to close this option down. Just be aware of these demonic trolls. How did it get in? Demonic stuff going on. And so they can't get in. Out there on the community area. Can't see my feet. The gas starting. How medical bedroom.
Yeah, really. See, always been glass behind it.
My brain is just like too up.
This is what I've got to try and catch. Yeah,
Okay.
really. The windows aren't done. Nothing is in my place. How did they get in? Climb over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The system's not add-on on the community area. But set up the home. This is deliberate set up. Say no homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See, always been glass behind it. This is what I've got to try and catch.
Get
Yeah,
home
really.
invasions.
Really, the windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Climb over.
So this is more evidence of gaslighting.
This is UK.
The verbal abuse on the phone, 450.
And they say they can't get in.
And
Yeah, the system's not add-on on the community area. But set up the home. This is deliberate set up. Say no homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See, always been glass around here. This is what I've got to try and catch. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Climb over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The system's not on the community area. But set up the home.
someone trapped in my flat.
Say no homeless problem. Right.
The World Trade Assessment females made it clear the two new doors
Really?
this housing company are blocked via disabled access
Always been
of the overhead part automatic doors. They said, I need help to open them in my new
This is what
wheelchair.
I've got to try and...
How's that going to happen when a housing company
Yeah, really.
refused to do that?
Really?
I had to stop passing to my door.
Nothing's on my place.
8 a.m. yet again.
How did they get in?
This is my ongoing preference to work. That's just the truth. That was done, and I've re-offered appointments.
And they say they can't get in. The system's not add-on on the community area. But set up the home. This is deliberate set up. Say no homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See, always been glass around here. This is what I'm gonna try and catch. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Climb over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The system's not add-on the community area. But set up the home. This is deliberate set up. Say no problem. Right. Yeah, really. See? See? Always doing glass around here. This is what I've got to try and catch. Something like that. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Flying over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The entry system's not. Now they're on the community area. But set out the home. This is deliberate set up, saying there's homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really.
Hello. A bit boring. Well, if you don't want to watch, you don't have to. There's plenty of things you can watch elsewhere.
Like that. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Flying over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The entry system's not. Now they're on the community area. But set out the home. This is deliberate set up, saying there's homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See? See? Always been glass around here. This is what I've got to try and catch. Something like that. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Flying over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The entry system's not. Now they're on the community area. But set out the home. This is deliberate set up, saying there's homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See? See? Always been glass around here. This is what I've got to try and catch. Something like that. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done. Nothing's on my place. How did they get in? Flying over. This is UK. And they say they can't get in. The entry system's not. Now they're on the community area. But set out the home. This is deliberate set up, saying there's homeless problem. Right. Yeah, really. See? See? Always been glass around here. This is on my place. How did they get in?
Right, you know, us women can do wonderful things, you know. We're better than blood.
Hello, darling. Hello, hello. Disgusting.
Set up the home. This is deliberate set up, saying there's homeless problem.
Fine. And again, Franco. I really need to come into your live at some point, Claire, and fucking drop back, because I feel like I'm being a bit cheeky. You gifting me and I'm not gifting out back, so.
Come back in.
Yeah.
Put a drop on you.
Yeah.
This is
She's
what
a
I'm gonna
good one.
try
Yeah,
and
she's up the outside. Well, I'm about to out there.
I don't see
Yeah.
her that much because I don't really go
Really?
on the main
Windows
page
aren't
anymore.
done.
So I need
It's
to come
on
and
my
back
face.
on you, Claire, because I know you're
How did
posted,
it get
aren't
in?
you?
Try and over.
You need to come back on Friday.
Oh, fuck off. Why do you have to turn everything fucking sexual? That's fucking,
Yeah.
you know. See, I told you he's got... So we're checking my tits out.
I think because you got well protected sort of thing. And mine after the horrible baggy clothes to hide mine. Fucking hell, I feel like an old maid.
Out the home.
No,
Hey, TikTok shop.
you get deliveries. I never get deliveries.
Yeah, make sure when you've got TikTok, you send the fucking right location, though, yeah.
Yeah, too right. Royal Mail and that lot. This is my poster box.
Right, just fucking. I've got.
This is what I'm gonna.
I've got them two. Which person?
Oh, he's gonna show you now. He's a fucking bitch.
Alright, your nibbles. He's got his nibbles, girl.
I sent them to him. He was supposed to bought them for me.
Yeah.
Bought them for me and I accidentally fucking sent them to him. And now look what he's doing. He's eating them in front of me.
That is typical,
Fuck
isn't it?
off. Now, I bet you're going to give Rach some as well now, just to really...
You already had some.
I got my mints. I got my soft mints in the balloon.
No!
My substitute. Hey, any of my fans coming in, come and follow the host. Don't skip off a bean. Follow her and her other partner. Right, I'm gonna drop down, sort out as I'll pass out. I gotta sort out some of what I could do. And rest. Thank you, everybody. I'll come up later if you're still around. Got book 3. Alright then. Bye.
Toodles.
And so we can't get in. The system's not now on the community area. We'll set out the home. This is deliberate set out, same as home as right. Yeah, really. See? Always been glass around here. This is what I'm gonna try and catch. Like that. Yeah, really. Really. The windows aren't done.
Okay.
On my place.
You find this boring?
Did we get in? Try over.
Find this my life.
And it's how we can't get in.
Right, so basically,
On the community area.
I've got evidence of lots of
Set out the
things
home.
that's been going on. I can't, the actual moment, I'm just laying down, so I'm not feeling the lungs at the moment. Let's just try and stop this pain.
Really?
I was trying to find a key code to my key safe. This is UK Harry people. Right, so unfortunately we've got reassessed for another wheelchair.
If you've lost the code, try the factory default, often 0000.
I didn't think of doing that. That you could. What's the code? I have to find this. Check with AI there. My spelling is shit. Pick resistant key secure. Source AI. Reset key safe lost combination code. Contact manufacturer for assistance and save provide options, recessive code, proof of ownership. You cannot access the safe, you might need professional help placing it. Oh, key safe, oh really? Common key safe code. Oh right, I got a picture of it. But yeah, let's have a look. Open YouTube. Is it the same? It's similar one to what I got. Well, that's a pure chance. What's the chance of that? Me finding that today. How do I open it? Open it up in the app. YouTube. Key safe to closing.
Right, okay then, Bob. What I'm just going to show you now. It's just a super key safe. A few guys have been asking for this. There's one or two who reckon it can't be done, but it can be done. Just takes a little bit of time and practice, just like anything. It's the new Supra. They're also the one with a clutch, i.e. just turns all the way around. Okay, and what I've done, I've had this, although you always have to trust me with my locks, I've had my kid reset it. All that I know is that she's put 4 digits in there, so I know it's a forms of 4 code. But just to run over the lock, because I know that there's 1 or 2 videos out there that show a way to open this, but the only thing you need to watch out for is that you could actually break some of the pins in here because they're not that strong. Because one of the techniques I've seen is to basically put the or turn the handle to unlock until it just bites stops, then go through each button. I've seen it being pushed down with a pen, pushing them down until you get a slight turn back or a kick back on this handle. It will drop like so. So from there, it will drop, boom, there. All well and good if you're doing it on, just for practice. But some of the buttons, be warned, need a really hard press in order to get that to actually bite back down. And they don't all do it. Sometimes you have to go through different permutations. But worst case is that you break one of the pins or even more, and you basically got a lot to shag. So you would have to distractively open it. Okay, so I'm going to show you a way that you can decode all these without any danger to break pins. Okay, it can take a little bit of time, but that's what this job is about. It's not always about to rush it. But once you get the idea, it all comes down to practice, and you soon get the knack of it. What we're basically going to be doing, or the way I'm going to show you, is we are going to use the actual handle itself, and we are going to be using it to the point where it just bites. And what you can see is when I turn that, you can see the clear or the reset button here moves down. Okay, and obviously all the clears for is if you press buttons, etc. That allows you to clear, and it resets the lock back to start. Okay, but these are the two things that we're going to use. What I'm basically going to be doing, I'm going to make sure that the lock is reset. I'm then going to go through each button and I'll be pressing each one. Once I've pressed each one, just one at a time, I'm then going to, with the handle, take it to the position where it just bites, the point where the clear button jumps down, like so. And what I'll be looking at is where this lands, and I'll actually be using the word as a guide. And I'm looking for where it lands, how much of that word gets actually hidden by the button. Because the more this moves down, that indicates you're more than likely pressed a pin that is part of the code. Okay, you have to go through them a few times just to be sure. Sometimes you run back through, just like when you're decoding perhaps a push button digital door lock. And sometimes you get torn between 2 or 3 numbers, you go back over them, and you go with gut instinct. The same here. Okay, sometimes no big deal, you just go back through. Okay, but hopefully you'll see the idea here. Excuse me, things might move a bit because I've had to rest the phone on top of a vase, which is a bit crap, but never filmed on the phone before, but here we go. So first off, make sure it's clear. It's making my hands look really manky with this. I think it's the light. Okay, so clear. So I'm going to go through now. Number 1, see where it lands. Okay, so I can see where that's landed. I'm going to see if I can zoom in a bit. Hopefully, I'll just zoom in a tad, because you get the idea of what I'm doing with the handle. I want you to see more of the clear, without the phone dropping off. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so I can see where that's landed. Okay, so I'm going to make sure it's clear. Most of the time, if I press a button, take the clutch or the actual handle to the point it bites, when I let it go, it should automatically reset, but they don't do it all the time. So I just make sure that I've reset after. So I want to go number 2, down. I can see where it lands. Reset, number 3. I can see where it lands. 4. You need to go through them all initially because you want to see where they all land. And the one that you think makes this clear button move down the most and hide most of the top of that word, that's the one you go for. So that's all you've got here, no special tools, fingers, thumbs. See, that's gone down quite far. So you just go with your instinct. That naught went, I don't know if you can see that, really went quite far. So if I match it up, make sure it's, if I do that to the 9, I can see the 9 isn't quite, you can just see the centre line on the E. Okay, clear, naught. Yeah, almost the same. That's quite low as well, just getting foam there. Number 2, does that look quite low? Let's go between 2 and 0. 2, that's real low. 0, not quite. I'm going to go for this 2 first. 2, see where that lands. Okay, so now I've decided the first one I think is number 2 perhaps. What I'm going to do, I'm now going to, as I go through, I'm going to now press number 2, then start going through each number. So 2, 1, test, see where it lands. Reset, 2, 3, test, see where it lands. 2, 4, test, see where it lands. 2, 5. Ooh, slight slip there, I just went a little bit too far. See, sort of moving a lot. See where it lands. 2, 8. See where it lands. 2, 6. Low. 2, 7. So you can see hopefully that I'm using that almost that centre line on the E as my little guide. 2, 9. 2, 0.
Is on that a lot of the time.
Cut me off. Had a steak thing for.
Did I?
There's one that landed quite low.
We'll see how you are baked and stuff, you know. And so my mum's anniversary just come up recently.
That's
So
going quite low as well on the C's.
Obviously started coming to my live show last year in October. I was shocked and horrified.
No.
Never.
Yeah. Slight slip again. Very low on this side. But sometimes you find, depending on what side you go down, it kinks. That button kinks to one side. Okay, so that's where I'm looking at each side where it lands. Okay, the center you can use the E. Okay, if I'm getting quite low, so you can see how that's quite low just on the R. So I'm running down this side. Yeah, this one's even more lower. Just make sure it's reset 2 and 8. You can see it's really going really low onto that R. I'm going to go with that 2, 8, and then start running through the permutations again. 2, 8, 3, 2, 8, 4, 2, 8, 5. I felt more give on there as well, 2, 8, 5. Getting a slightly more turn on the handle before it stops, which is sometimes a good sign. But I still go through them all. 8, 2, 8, 6, 2, 8, 7. Bit of a long-winded video, but it has to be done like this. 2, 8, 0. That was nice. I don't even. You probably heard quite a few little resets there. So 2, 8, 0. I was getting really nice turn.
Can you see anything? Well, if you want to see boring stuff,
0.
trying to work out how to open the key safe.
See, it's almost on.
Are you in England, or do you decide to draw?
That's what I'm looking for. As I start to get more and more of the code, it wants to come down further. So now I think I've got 3 of them. I could be wrong. Okay, 2, 8, 0. So now what I can do, I don't need to go through all the rigmarole again and pressing things
Can't find my code.
to test each one. I'm going to actually go through now. 2, 8, 0, 1. Test it. No. 2, 8, 0, 3. Test it. And I'll continue through. Okay, so 2,
Not
8,
story.
0, 1. Test. 2, 8, 0, 3. Test. 2, 8, 0. I'll just do 4. I can't remember. I'll do it again. Okay. 2, 8, 0, 5. That's the one. Okay. Okay, so the code ended up being 2, 8, 0, and then it was on the 5, and that's the one that's open. I'll turn it all the way. Okay. So hopefully that gives you an idea of the way that you can open these. Okay, it can take a little bit of time. That one went too bad actually. I've managed to get it the first time. Sometimes though I do make a mistake, which ain't like anything. But if need be, you just reset it and you go back through again. Okay, so I hope that's helped. Cheers, guys.
Right. So when I get discriminatory. Trying to find
Imagine being so rattled by someone speaking about the government policies in the
I can't find it, so I'm going to give a break. It's got to be around somewhere. The box itself's got to be around. Wayne, you failed me.
It's all the negativity. I mean, I'm probably producing it myself, you know, all the people asking stupid questions, and I get wound up. I shouldn't get wound up. I should just ignore them. Or, like I say, just take questions from my fan club members. So I literally just say that questions. I put something here instead of it saying that night camp. It'll say questions from fans only.
You were just used to get at me. Wayne, up North UK, claiming to do something.
Hopefully that'll curb it, because then I just don't feel obliged to answer everyone.
All it cares about. Popping gaslighting.
How's your day been, Cosmos?
My phone is compromised. I can't find what I'm looking for.
I've got to do it like this. It stirs it. People say, why do you do that? I'm like, it stirs the tea.
Right. So, can't find what I'm looking for. Didn't stop it. I'm left without access to medical services. like, what do I do for my cooking tips? Sweet grass of garlic recipes. Ice cold bath. I don't get any reception on my device. 2009, 2026. And when you're targeted by those that live around you as well, they put this on charge. Targeted becomes real, and yeah, when you're medically not well, you can't see it. Well, I'm not showing anything to visualize. Okay, so I've got back up so I'm in the UK and targeted program. The UK, this is what they're doing. Limited, blocked 2018, trauma best month 2026. My rights, which is another program, to lawful affairs. And now it's on site within you see. When you've got documents, lots of evidence. So when I was in the hospital last year, so-called friend, I thought, cleared that load of paperwork, and I don't know what it is. But I was just trying to find and sample, say, from an old drive, I might have some evidence which I found. because they just want me out this place, but there's nowhere else to move to, and I've got this lung infection that's killing me. But when you go on the system in England now, excuse me, every town and city's got the same, where even people like me, I ring up their hours with the breathing problems, the pain in the chest symptoms, and what I've got. They're just like imply, I don't know, but this is not my natural voice. My voice is like, my voice is all crackly and deep because this is really strong, and the infection is nothing I've done natural health wise. It's not worked, but I don't give up. For the grace of goodness that I'm in an area in England where it's very much radiation. We're bouncing off frequencies that the area left, right, and centre. And there's this homeless encampment right by my flat, and they locked the doors. They changed the doors where I live, indoors, making sure the overhead is not attached. So I can't take the offer of the new wheelchair. I don't know what the hell happened to me. I ended up in hospital last year. But body shut down, so it's affected my nerves, my limbs, the lower legs more. And I'm less able to function than I used to. So, but the new wheelchair has not got what I need. And I've been trying to make space in the old email to get an email out to that company and question them, knowing I'm still very, very poorly. And I can't facilitate the transfer of, old chair to new chair. And to go through everything. And it's just struggling to talk to speak, but I've got something to help me set up. Payment. And this is not just me, though. It's not just about me. It's for those that are in a similar situation, and because I know a lot of subjects and very good at my documents, I've got no laptop. That got broken. I'm too ill since February to go and get even a second-hand one. To do an affidavit, rebuttals, and point-to-point, which is all being made up. You can't even believe what they said about me. I'm ill in hospital bed. Very, very poorly in hospital, and the whole body was shut down. And this housing woman, she's behind, unfortunately. Doing another adult safeguard referral. I am not self-neglecting at all either. And the place is bleached and washed best we can, in circumstances I live in. So who's at fault? The local agents of housing and nationally. I pay rent towards service charges, rent, you name it. Blocking my use of the shower with my special medical aids. And that's been ongoing since 2018. So why rush it now? Since I get out of hospital end of last year, they're implying to rush that part of the works. Well, hold on, you can't replace and mend the rotted flooring. The smell of it in the first place. Then you're breathing that into the hallway. And if you've got your bedroom door open, and it's like, we air the place best one can. And then I found out, long story short, really, that the lady before me, all those years ago that used to live there, she was disabled herself. She complained about the same problem. And all they did was cover up the problem with lime covering. It's not a wet room. So I didn't know none of this. So all I needed for my wheelchair was a minor attachments into the door frames to make it safe. And all the assessments I had was years ago, I found that today, saved it in different platform. And it just confirmed that they always wanted me out of here since I moved in. And it wasn't as bad, the place where it is now, then. But how I've learnt law from that year, that period of time, 2012, and how I had to change my private arrangements for personal care. My private friends trying to do their best, they struggle. I pay them a lot extra at the moment because I'm so ill. The fact is that even if you're offered public funded, it's called in England still adult health social care, you're still required to pay for those services. So whatever it's deemed what in their eyes you may or may not require, and they're going to use your age group. Obviously, in my area, it's all political crap. You just can't even make out what's going on in my area. Unfortunately, I live opposite the main public building. But it's not a rough area, that's the point. So when I started getting ill last year, it was because of a certain doctor stopping all my medications out the blue. All my letters and emails got nowhere. Does it clarify why do you want a blood test? Well, you haven't wanted one since 2018, and now you want one. And I can't get out and about like majority of people. I'm in a hospital. I found a taxi that could take me. I book it, and it's a specialist type vehicle. That's the only positive thing that come out of the experience. So you can imagine it's like, you're looking at all the able-bodied people around there, and they're moving and moving out, and they're letting drug dealers in, and all sorts of dodgy things going on here. And yet, number 7, they planted somebody there. Well, certain things happened I can't go public about. And they gutted the flat out. If they want to put the planned works, which was implied August, September, October last year, well, I couldn't help getting ill and rushed into hospital in October. So they moaned at me about all that, about access. And when I got out of hospital, no end of cards and letters was left in the letterbox. And I found the evidence today. All the emails were sent to the housing company in question, their agents that was still in hospital. But they still turned up my home. Yeah, and the housing agent female was still as well. And then I wasn't here, and they knew I was in hospital. Because it's all their software is all integrated and uploaded to the cloud now, and they do share your data. So what the hell were they doing that for? And as I was in hospital, she raised unlawfully, unfoundedly. Well, there's such a word, unfoundedly. An adult safeguarding referral. For what? I'm in a hospital bed. Getting it daft and best they can, And so recently, an undated letter, of course. It's not an official notice, it's not dated. So it's scaremongering again, fearmongering, and just repeated and unfounded. And this time she's added self-neglect to the safeguarding. Oh my gosh, I just thought, what? No evidence, you see. They have to have evidence. I.e., like, self-neglect would be, I'm fully competent and coherent, despite being physically ill the way I am right now. in the fact that I'm fully aware of what my rights are. So all this naturally boils down to direct discrimination, equality statute law breaches, the 2010 version, harassment, this is direct discrimination, breach of equality duty, because I've been asking for reasonable adjustments, and all of my emails sent for me throughout December was ignored to offer access to do whatever we need to do. And after an appointment, so our cares, dealt with first. And then the individual workman could get in. And then she implied, we could use your key safe code and key. So the workman could get in while you're in your bed. Well, I'm alone in my bed at that time of morning, and strange people I don't know coming to my home for workmen. And I just, what? And it's like I'm looking at my old documents in 2017-18 when I negotiated, they pay for hotel. And I need my medical equipment at the hotel and care on site for a week while they do the work. That's a bathroom. Well, that got dismissed because what happened to my area in the UK, the county council went bust as a company. Everybody, anyone like me, in a subject in England, adult health social care, I think they call it the Care Act 2014, where they're in the middle of having assessments, all that stopped. The funding for the advocacy company stopped. So nothing got done by 2019, 2020, the lockdowns. And then I got brought to medical and equipment to be serviced. All my letters and emails got nowhere, chasing up. So I'm thinking, what now? So just we keep going one day at a time, and it's at the moment I'm being bombarded because I'm very, very poorly, and they're trying to make me worn out, completely. But look, it's not just about the building. I don't care really about the building. I'm a secure attender in law. So let them take it to a kangaroo court in England and see, they use these parasites, the presumptions, which I wish I can just magically get a laptop tomorrow, even a refurbished one, and somehow get software uploaded so I can do these documents and print them out. But these local agents in housing, you need to be careful, people, in my situation. There isn't any rehousing. There's no housing at all. And then it's all the words, the reports I had. I had a heart attack back in 2018 because of all the stress. That was all witnessed. And what happened there and everything, all that plaza. And then it's just like when you target, you get this one thing after another. Anyway, I'm gonna put some music on, some spiritual music to uplift my stream. And I just hope I can keep bloody breathing. And tomorrow, Tuesday, I can get through to somebody do I need an x-ray, on my chest or whatever, what's going on, why am I wheezing? The symptoms you look up on the internet. This all clearly says that I need urgent treatment. Well, if I end up back in their system, the hospital, so be it. And then at my age now, I really can't be done with this place, but the fact is, I'm not going to end up like what my late mother was. You see, there's a bigger picture at play. It's not just me, because you got the effects of the Middle East, what's going on in Iran, affecting America and England, now they're bringing China. And there's wonderful people out there, especially on this platform, YouTube, who are trying to warn us what's going on as well. But you cannot be free to speak the facts, the truth. I have first-hand knowledge of everything that I say today and have done always. And there's local agents she hasn't, and those nationally. They just work with AI computer systems. They don't care about anyone. You wouldn't even believe what comes out. There's one individual next door and what is involved with and what he's doing. And I can't even speak out about it. You see, I found an old PDF. It explains how this program worldwide works. It's spiritual, it's demonic. So there's a gentleman on there in America called Mo. I mean, I appreciate him, what he goes through. But communications is poor. They don't want you to talk to nobody. Anyway, well, my time. Okay. We have to have faith that one thing at a time. Let's have a look. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on in the world. All negativity needs to be erased.
Imagine that there was a tool that showed you every car you've had on finance and what you could be owed. Well, there is, and it's called Car Claim Check. Just 60 seconds, you could find out if you are owed up to £1,750. There's no need to remove any registration plates or dig for any paperwork, and it only...
I like the way they play the band. Right, now we're going to switch to song music. I'm going to sing. Thank you for watching.